All right. Well, any other questions at the moment? Should we watch the Emshwiller and Frampton films?
Yeah.
All right. Let's continue on. Thank you.
Maybe you should explain to them why we're showing these two.
Ah, well, how about I'll let you. You selected them. I'll let you.
Okay, we're showing these two because these, when we did Undesirables, which is about experimental filmmakers of the period 1968 through 72, each of those scenes you saw was a pastiche of some well-known experimental film. The first one was Pull My Daisy, and the last one was Paul Scherritz's film Touching, and combined with Joyce Whelan's, what's it called? What's that Whelan's film called? Any Canadians here?
Pierre Valliere?
Oh. Yeah, Passion Over Reason, Reason Over Passion, something. Which is basically just a close-up of a mouth, somebody speaking. And one of them combines Michael Snow's back and forth with Frampton's critical mass. We're showing critical mass.
We're showing critical mass.
Critical mass.
So
that's why we're showing these two.
And then after these two, if we have a choice of, we have an option of seeing Wavelength for those who don't have the time.
Really?
I brought it. We can shoot it. It's 50. Yeah. Well, we'll see where we are time-wise. It's only 15 minutes.
Seen that.
Oh, okay. Well, let's work on it. It's Michael Snow made a version of Wavelength for those who don't have the time. All right. So let's start. Thank you.
I can tell a funny story about that version of Wavelength if anybody's interested.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, it was shown at the Getty about 2 years ago with Michael Snow in attendance along with Tony Conrad. And so the two of them were up there after the screening talking about it, and Michael Snow said something to the effect of, well, everybody wanted him to do a video version of Wavelength for many years, and had always refused because he thought that it would just ruin the film. But he finally realized that people were going to do it anyway. Somebody was going to make a video of Wavelength destroying the film, so he thought it might as well be him. So then there was an awkward pause, and then Tony Conrad said, "Good job."
Yeah, that was like 4 years ago now. Isn't that crazy?
3 years ago.
Was it? Anyway. Yeah, critical mass, but I thought Thanatopsis is still great to watch.
Yeah, I think so. It's a purely visual film. It's not a conceptual film like others.
Any other questions?
Actually, Thanatopsis, at the archive, we have the outtakes for that film.
Mm-hmm.
And the original title was actually Mathematical Formula that described somehow what I guess he was trying to achieve with the film visually, like mass changing over time and so on.
The amazing thing about his films is all those special effects are done in the camera.
Yeah.
In a Bolex. He would actually bipack 2 pieces of film and run them through the Bolex at the same time, which is normally only done in optical printing.
And then he was messing with the shutter angle and so on as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the exposure. All right. Well.
Critical mass, you know, all those Frampton films, the Hapax Legomena series, they're all being restored right now by Bill Brand.
Where's that?
Yeah, and they're all, I mean, it's 7 films, I think, right? I mean, Nostalgia is the first one, and then this is the 3rd one, I think. Is that right? Anyway, but all of them are being restored right now. They're making, I think, 2 new negatives for each one.
Just for that.
Sure, they're extremely restored.
That's good. They're extremely preserved.
Yeah.
Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you all very much for coming. Thank you very much, Owen.